Yeah, well, there's one more thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this is all honesty and truth. You know, when you encounter so much, the things you're talking about, you know, it's either some people really running just like that, running from you, or you have those that run in spirit, those that run in their vocals, those you know run on all kind of levels, so all that stuff. Yeah, that's some true stuff. And when you see that type of stuff, boy, you say, "Wow, this is some scary Elm Street stuff." Because you know, okay, I'm gonna say it like this: you never know. Okay, you never know a devil's fear until you find Christ. Meaning, you know, these devils out here that be running, that be scared, and they reprobate, be shook. You know, scared. Some of y'all may know what shook mean. They be scared though. You know, shook. I mean, scared. I mean, they be terrified. You know, and then us, the saints that find God. Oh yeah, you know, when it comes to doing wrong, you know, not the standard that man says is wrong. Sometimes man doesn't, you know, man do wrong and just say, oh, what's wrong? That's wrong. No, the standard of doing wrong when it comes to the Most High God, and you know you did it wrong, God know you did it wrong. You know, man, that kind of fear also, because that's really just a love for God, because you love the Most High so much, He seared upon you. You know, so when God raises you up and you're armored, you know, and even when He's preparing you for that armor, because remember the principality wants to stop you, because principality know you're preparing. So when God preparing you, you're still that strong man. And the heavens is who, you know, God knows who you are already. You know, on the earth, God's preparing you, so the principalities is coming. The principalities know also who you are. So the principalities know who you are. So it's like an NBA championship, an NFL championship, a WWE title, a UFC title, or a boxing championship. It's like, you know, you already had that because God already really gave it to you. But on the earth, God has a mission for training, a training mission, a failing mission, a mission so He brings you up. Then He awards you, you know. But right, so the principalities already know this, so that's why they attack immediately. Because see, believe me, if you wasn't gonna get like crown, or you know, the Most High didn't already anoint you with certain things, principalities are not gonna waste their time with you. Now, they might waste their time calling you a loser, maybe, you know what I mean, or for whatever the case they do that, you know, they don't really make sense like that. They don't make any sense at all. But when, you know, God truly anointed you, principalities attack immediately. Why? And when you talk about God, some people get offended immediately. They say, oh, we're not perfect, you know, and things like that. Why then when you talk about anything, they get offended immediately, right? Why do you think now the principality I was able to defeat every time I'm talking about something that brought joy in my life? Everybody's like, oh, this, and all that. And they just always, you know, right, always reversing it. Right? Why do you think that? Because when you speak victory, victory is always victory. You know, some people try to skip over what you say to bring Christ into what you're saying. You like, I never exited Christ out. See, that's the point. So when people do that, that also is that's part of a principality. Because remember, because see what it is, they're not really, when I say that, they're not honoring or cherishing or praising Christ. They're just bad because of the victory you speak of, and they know you still see. Don't get me wrong, it's tough for men and women out here, all of us, because our fleshly egos and things like that, right? But at the same time, once God trains you up, you're like an army. You're a soldier in that army. You don't have time for that. So you can speak on the victory in life itself, and you can speak on what God gives you, and you always know it's below God. You will never make that mistake because God trains you up with the helmet of salvation. He trains you up with it. So you have the weapons, but He has to train you up also. You have the weapons to use, but when He trains you up in it, there's nobody that can tell you anything. And I'm talking about when it comes to the heavens. Only God can tell you something, Christ tell you something, the Ruach, the Holy Spirit tell you something, and the angels tell you something. And a real saint will tell you something. And that's the point. And the saint is just based off the helmet of salvation. Based off, based off salvation, based off the Spirit, and things like that. And not just telling you stuff, random practical things to tell you, because, like I said, an atheist or agnostic could tell you something practical, and that's just realistic too. And you can listen to something practical they say because we still all humans, right? And like I said, and that's just practical. That's practical. Anybody can speak practicalism. You understand? That's why God, when He got us soldiered up, He don't want us to be practical, because if we're gonna be practical, why are we in the army of Christ? Right? It's like in the army itself, right? I don't agree with the army, but or Marines, nothing like that. I got family members that was in it. But I'm just saying it's like this, right? Why do you think they follow a certain protocol? Right, you understand? So in the army, they're like, serve, yes, sir. It's the right. So when they say things and when they do things, you say, you pansy, how you know those? How you know that? Because they don't want practicalism, right? So with the Most High God don't want us being practical. So if we want to be practical, we can stay in the world and be practical. It's easy for somebody to say, oh, I take care of my child, I take care of my wife, I take care of my husband, I take care of my needs, I take care of my this, I work, I put gas in my car. An atheist or agnostic can do that. So you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's the point. So if God wanted us to be practical, well then we wouldn't okay, practical, and we wouldn't need the Most High God. Now, if we want to be practical, when you follow the Most High God and God is just giving you rest and you're just chilling out, then sometimes you can be practical. But then again, you understand, you can't always say that practicalism is from the Most High God. But then again, somebody say, you know what though? The atheists and the agnostics, even though they don't always really admit that it's the Most High God, it's the Most High God that gave them that too, because that nurturing nature is from God. Right, it absolutely is. But at the same time, see, if you're in the army of Christ, then you have to follow the commander is what I'm saying. You have to follow the commander and know you're following the commander. Because the reason why I don't follow the commander, like I said, because even when I talk about myself, I never talk about myself above. I always know that I'm below. But I also know that, like with Adam before he sinned, I know the dominion that was given unto me. And I know the dominion that I must keep up. Right. And that's not practical. That's from the heavens. That's from the Most High God. So that's why, you have to, right, if you're in the army, you have to be in the army. That practical stuff is for the world. We will practically be in the world and do whatever you want. That's what practicalism is. It's just being of the world. Because I tell a person in a minute, right, you can use practicalism all you want to. If you think your practicalism is going to trump the Most High God, then you have a problem, right? If you think your practicalism, because why would you be practical if God is stronger than you, right? If God is stronger than you, and if God's stronger than you, and God uses you to heal or to defeat or to help somebody, why would you use practicalism when you could just, right, when you, use God, you allow God to use you? Right, you use practicalism because you don't want to use God because you want to have your way. That's all. And you understand, like, that's how we as a people are sometimes. But like I said, if you're in the army of Christ, you work a different kind of way. Point blank. Yeah, Spirit Out in the Gospel. Spirit Out Productions. Hey, Young Products. Peace.